Well, God gave Job quite a telling off, didn't he? You need to read the whole story to understand why. But I think those verses are enough to make us stop and think. Humankind, that's us. We think we are so clever. For a long time, we have relied on the really clever people to come up with ideas to make life better. Yet how many times have we, the scientists, they might make discoveries and engineers might make the things, but it's us that go along with it, us that reap the benefits of these things. So yes, how many times have we messed up? Plastics, such a good thing. The internal combustion engine, weed killers. Clearing huge areas of forest to build houses and grow crops. Importing food from all over the world, regardless of how it was grown, how many people were hurt doing it, and what transport was needed to bring us. Yes, things seem very useful, and they seem to improve our lives when it first starts. It's only looking back that we begin to identify all the bad things about it. God made our world. Coining a phrase, God might have said, "You know nothing, Job." And God quite possibly is saying now, "You know nothing, humankind." As individuals, we need to respect God's creation and work with the wind, the sea, the earth. Every time some kind of natural disaster occurs, we say, "How can God let this happen?" And the truth is, no human being can answer that. God made all things beautiful in his time, not ours. So, in this period of creation time, maybe it's the right time to think about what we can do less of and how we should wait on what God has planned. Today's Old Testament reading comes from the book of Job. In it, God's giving Job a bit of a telling off. Then, out of the storm, the Lord spoke to Job. "Who are you to question my wisdom with your ignorant, empty words? Now stand up straight and answer the questions I ask you. Were you there when I made the world? If you know so much, tell me about it. Who decided how large it would be? Who stretched the measuring line over it? Do you know all the answers? What holds up the pillars that support the earth? Who laid the cornerstone of the world? In that day, the stars sang together and the heavenly beings shouted for joy. Who closed the gates that hold back the sea when it bursts from the womb of the earth? It was I who covered the sea with clouds and wrapped it in darkness. I marked the boundary for the sea and kept it behind bolted gates. I told it, so far and no further. Here your powerful waves must stop. Job, have you ever in all your life commanded a day to dawn? Have you ordered the dawn to seize the earth and shake the wicked from their hiding place? Daylight makes the hills and the valleys stand out like folds of a garment, clear as the imprint of a seal in clay. The light of the day is too bright for the wicked and restrains them from deeds of violence. Have you ever been to the springs in the depths of the sea? Have you walked on the floor of the ocean? Has anyone ever shown you the gates that guard the dark world of the dead? Have you any idea of how big the world is? Answer me if you know.